everyone, welcome back to English with Yakshi, and today we are going to cover an important topic which is content generation for the IELTS task 2. Now, this is really important, and a lot of students just ignore this aspect. But I'll tell you how to brainstorm ideas effectively in 5 minutes. Now, remember in your IELTS Writing Task 2 question, you have two tasks, task 1 and task 2. So you should spend 20 minutes on task 1 and 40 minutes on task 2. Now in task 2, out of those 40 minutes, you should spend the first 5 minutes to generate content for your essay question. In the next 30 minutes, you should write the content, and then in the last 5 minutes, you should revise your answer line by line, word by word. So today we are going to understand how to generate content for IELTS task 2. So first of all, let's understand why we need to do this. Why should we spend the first 5 minutes in brainstorming and thinking about what to write in our essay? Now see, when you generate content, it's a really organized way to think about your ideas and your pointers which you're going to include in your essay. Now it ensures that you stay on topic. Sometimes when you're writing, the very next idea that comes in your mind, you start writing it. But later you realize that it is not in sync with the question. You might forget the question completely or the minute details of the question, which might let you deviate from the question. Thirdly, it makes it easier to structure your essay logically. For example, if you have 5 points for a particular essay, you can decide which one you want to pick first, which one you want to pick second, which one you want to turn into an example, let's say. So it allows you that space where you can make the decision to how to arrange your points. And it helps you save time by avoiding writer's block. If you are writing in a zigzag manner, not thinking through your pointers in the beginning, I'll tell you what will happen. You will start writing, you'll write 2 sentences, you'll pause and think what to write next. Then you'll get an idea, you'll again write, and then again you'll pause for what to write next. So this haphazard manner will take you a lot of time, and you might get a writer's block where you think, what else can I write? What other point can be there? So we need to avoid this situation, and we need to play smart because we are on the clock. You are not going to get any extra minute in the IELTS writing module. So make sure that you generate your content in the first 5 minutes. Okay, now we are going to do this together. It's not just about me telling you what to do, we are going to practice it. So if you want any of your notebooks with you, any notepad, you can go grab it. Okay, so here this is the sample IELTS task 2 question which we are going to solve, and we are going to generate content for this one. So let me read it out for you. So some people believe that children should be taught to be competitive in school. Others think that it is more important for children to learn how to cooperate. Discuss both views and give your own opinion. So first of all, this one is a discussion question, but discussion questions can be of 2 types, right? One can be with opinion, another one will be without opinion. This one is a discussion essay with your opinion. I know I'm deviating a little bit, but I'll tell you a really good point. Some students confuse the discussion essay with opinion for an opinion essay. For example, if your opinion is that children should be taught to be more cooperative, and your entire essay is about that, it's your opinion, but this is not an opinion essay. It's a discussion essay with opinion. So first of all, you have to discuss both the points, then you'll give your opinion. So make sure that you understand the instruction really well. Now I'll tell you a step-by-step process for how to generate the content in 5 minutes. So we have read the question. So step 1 is understand the question. If you are in doubt, Read your question one more time, read it two times, read it three times until you get the clarity that you need to have. Then brainstorm the main ideas and create bullet points for each of the arguments. And you have to outline your opinion for this particular essay. Now, first of all, you should think through the structure as well. I'm not covering the structure entirely. I will link the video in the description where you can understand how to write the IELTS task 2, what structure you have to follow. For this one, I'll tell you quickly that it's going to start with an introduction. Then your body paragraph 1 is going to be for the first view, how children should be taught to be competitive. Then your body paragraph 2 will be about the second view, that how children should be taught to be cooperative as well. Then we have body paragraph 3. Yes, we are going to give our opinion in a different paragraph. After the body paragraph 3, you are going to give the conclusion. So there are going to be 5 paragraphs in this essay, and you have to generate content for your 3 body paragraphs: first view, second view, and your opinion. So feel free to pause this video here, take 5 minutes, brainstorm your ideas, and then continue watching. It will be really helpful. Okay, I hope you have written down the points. So now I'm going to discuss some of the ideas for this one. Now, when we talk about competitive learning, we can talk about how it helps students to give their best. If they're competing with their classmates, it's going to help them to give their best or bring their best to the table. Then it encourages self-improvement and motivation. If a child got a 7 on 10 in the first test and he knows that uh, the student with the highest marks is going to get a prize, or he needs to be competitive in his learning, then he will aim for a 10 by 10 in his next test, isn't it? So it gives motivation to children. Then prepares for real world competition. Once school is over, learning doesn't end there, and competitiveness doesn't end there. So it prepares a child for the real world competition which is out there after their school life ends. So these are some of the points which we can highlight in view 1. Again, these are going to be in your body paragraph 1. Then the second view, how they should be taught to be more cooperative. So it promotes teamwork through group projects. One should understand and be humble enough that everything is not a race, and they should have that soft corner for their fellow mates, especially if they're working in teams or if they're working in a group project. Then it develops leadership skills through cooperative roles. If there are some cooperative group projects, it will allow one to learn those skills, right? So these are the points which will go in body paragraph 2. Then body paragraph 3 is your opinion. It can be any opinion which you have. You can agree with competitiveness, or you can agree with being cooperative, or you can give a mixed view, which I went with. So my opinion is that a balance of both is ideal. Why? Because competition and cooperation are both essential for personal and professional development. When you're being competitive, surely it will add on to your professional development in the later stage of your life, or for a child. But for your personal development, you need to be humble, you need to be down to earth, and understand how to cooperate with others. So I think a balance of both is ideal here. Now, remember we talked about the benefits of content generation. So when I have all of the points in front of me, I can decide that okay, I'm going to start my body paragraph 1 with self improvement. Then I want to talk about how they level up, they bring their A game. And then I want to talk about real world competition, and here I'll add examples. For example, if one is in a professional shooting, or they are a working professional, they might have to compete with other people on the same role. Then for body paragraph 2, I don't want to start with leadership skills. I'll start with teamwork and the skills that the child is going to learn, and with the skills I'm going to give an example. Okay, team spirit, sportsmanship, or being down to earth, or helping and sharing, collaboration. I want to cover all of these in the example. Then I will go with leadership. How in the long run it also inculcates the value of leadership in a child. Then for opinion, so here I'll first of all I'll give the reasoning for my opinion, and then I'll add a short example that how it's it gives us, or it gives the child best of both worlds when there's a balance between these two aspects. Okay. Now what I did here, one, two, three, when I organized it, I I'm I'm telling you, because when you're on the clock, when you have to write your answer in 40 minutes, and if you are done with this in 5 minutes, as a student, it is going to give you a relief that my points are in order. I have organized my points. I know what I'm going to cover in the example. You won't be worried. You will be really confident. You won't be nervous at all. And this will save you a lot of time. And then 30 minutes, you can write your answer easily in 30 minutes if your points are in order in the first 5 minutes. So never miss out on content generation. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, common mistakes to avoid while brainstorming. See, we can make a mistake at any point, during writing, during revising, or even during brainstorming. So, do not waste your time on irrelevant details. Stick to the question, only write down the points which are meaningful and relevant towards the question. Do not overthink the question instead of jotting down the ideas. Now, 5 minutes are for brainstorming. Don't keep reading your question for 3 to 4 minutes. No. Read your question quickly in 30 seconds, understand it properly, take extra 30 seconds to understand it, but then start writing your ideas. Then, forgetting to link your ideas to the questions. I know that sometimes we might get a lot of points and we want to write everything in our answer, but we cannot do that. Always pick the points which are in sync with your question. Do not give extra points just for the sake of it. Then, not covering both views properly. So, sometimes you are going to have a discussion essay, advantage disadvantage essay, or if there's an opinion essay, so you need to cover the aspects. Don't focus on only one aspect and forget the others. Be in check with your instruction. Then, skipping your opinion or not supporting it with reasons. Whenever your opinion is asked in a question, you do need to mention it in your thesis, in your essay, and in the conclusion. If you'll watch the other video where we have structure of task 2, it will really help you. I'll put the link to that in the description. Then, rushing without a plan, leading to a disorganized essay. So don't start writing the essay if you feel that I'll save more time if I just quickly start writing. No, it's going to cost you a lot more time. I'm being really honest. Okay. Now, some tips for effective brainstorming. Stick to the question. We discussed this one. Focus on the key issues. Even while you're brainstorming, if you've written 1 or 2 points, read your question again, focus on the key issue in the question, and think, is this in sync with the question? Ask yourself. Then limit your time. Do not spend more than 5 minutes, otherwise, you won't get much time for writing your answer. Use bullet points and keep your ideas short and precise. Just write keywords, you don't have to write complete sentences. Write 2 to 3 words for each of the point. Then think of examples, just as I thought of examples during my organization, because you should add at least one example in all of your body paragraphs. So it's better to think about your example while you're brainstorming rather than when you're writing the body paragraph. Then practice regularly. The more you practice, the faster and better you'll brainstorm. So content generation is also a skill. And how do skills get better? When you practice them daily. So whenever you're practicing, whenever you're writing, Do this exercise, and slowly you'll observe that you'll get better at content generation. Then stay flexible, be ready to adapt your ideas while writing. Sometimes it might happen that maybe you wrote 5 to 6 points while you were brainstorming, and now you don't have much space in your body paragraphs. You can combine two of your ideas, you can leave one idea out, or you can turn one idea into an example. So be flexible while you're writing. Okay? So that's basically what we did today. I'm sorry if I was really quick or fast, but content generation is something which you need to do in 5 minutes. So take it seriously and always practice it before you start writing. So I'll see you next time. Thank you.